Hey guys, it's Stephen Freeborn, and I wanted to follow up on a post that I made recently, I guess, talking about how important consistency is in terms of success for your fitness and your health goals. And probably consistency is important for all goals in general, but in my realm of expertise, I'm talking about health and fitness. So telling you that consistency is important is step one, but I've also got to help you understand how you become consistent. So consistency really comes down to a habit, right? It comes down to being able to do something on a regular basis routinely and eventually do it almost on autopilot. You don't even think about it. It's just a default stance. So the classic way to build a habit is really just by working through the sequence of what a habit is. There's a trigger, there's a routine, and then typically there's like what a lot of people would refer to as like a reward or a positive reinforcer or negative reinforcer that makes you want to keep doing that habit. So in the sense of smoking, there are a lot of triggers for a lot of people's smoking habit. That can be drinking a cup of coffee, that can be having sex, that can be a stressful day at work. All of those things are triggers, but the routine is lighting up and smoking a cigarette. Then the reward is, of course, the chemical cascade in the brain that you get from the nicotine and the pleasure it gives you kind of biochemically. So how do you mimic that into a healthy habit is the key, right? So if the goal for you is to be consistent with exercising, right? And the important thing to remember is when it comes to exercise and diet, there's many behaviors that make up those being successful at exercise and being successful at diet. Particularly diet becomes more complex because diet, you have to meal prep. You have to lay out your meals ahead of time. You got to grocery shop. There's a lot of behaviors that are tied into that, but they all come down to identifying the behavior, which is, in the terminology I'm using, is the routine. So that's the thing that you want to be able to do. So if that's the thing you want to be able to do on a recurring basis almost automatically, you need to connect it to a trigger first of all. So I've had luck with clients who have successfully used triggers like getting into their car after work. That's the trigger behavior. Things like setting your shoes by the door in the morning so that when you come in from work, you see your shoes, and that's the trigger. I've seen lots of different people identify different things. Maybe it's your alarm clock going off in the morning. That's your trigger for your exercise. You get the point though. You got to have something that's going to cue, okay, now do this habit. So set that up. Then on the back end of actually doing the habit, so if it's exercise, maybe it's say you're going to go running in the morning, or if it's after work, you're going to go to the gym. The back end of that needs to be tied to some kind of reward or something that's an incentive to keep doing that habit loop, to keep doing the trigger behavior and doing the routine or the behavior that you want to make a firm habit. So the reward preferably is not food related because if your goals are health and fitness, it's not probably good to tie reinforcement to your food. I think that's a poisonous relationship because it cascades into other things because you may go seeking pleasure from food when you feel negative in other situations, and it's not a good deal. So preferably your reward is something you enjoy, but it's not food related. So for example, here's like the easiest one I can give you because it's personal to me. So my habit loop right now for exercise is my trigger is waking up in the morning. Very simple. I wake up, I make my coffee, so that may be another trigger. Make my coffee, make my pre-workout. That's probably kind of like all three in one kind of a trigger. And then, or maybe even the workout and the coffee are tied to my exercise routine and waking up is the trigger. However you want to look at it. The routine is then I exercise, and my reward is I put something that's more indulgent at the end of my workout. So if I'm doing if I'm doing an arm day like today, I wake up, make my coffee, do my pre-workout, I exercise, which is doing the things I know I should do, but necessarily maybe aren't the funnest, or the things that maybe aren't the most fun, not funnest, maybe they are not the most fun, but I know I need to do them because they're good for me. And then I follow that up with something that's more indulgent, like maybe like a bicep tricep superset for a crazy nasty arm pump, because that feels good and it it's just fun. Like if you're a bro and you're into gym culture, then you know like doing an arm workout, that can be a lot of fun and entertaining. So that's a positive reinforcer to, okay, wake up tomorrow, do my habit, do my trigger behavior, start my routine of exercise, and then I know at the end of my exercise, I'm gonna get some kind of indulgent activity that's fun and pleasurable and rewarding to me. And that's the key. It has to be pleasurable and rewarding to you to incentivize the behavior ongoing. So that's really like the basic like 101 of how I would go about making yourself consistent at exercise or diet or any behavior related to those two things. I hope it helps. If you guys have any questions, of course, reach out to me. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, on and on and on. Just find me, or you can send me an email at steven@freeborntrainingsystems.com, and I'll get back to you if you have any questions. Hope this helps. I'll talk to you guys later.